The speaker we have is Vlad Tasic. Vlad is president of the Association of University of New Brunswick Teachers, and he's kindly came here today to say a few words on behalf of Rod and support of Rod. Vlad?
Well, thanks very much for inviting me, Jerry. I know this is a tough crowd because when I saw the agenda and I saw that right in the middle of the rally you're scheduling a talk by a math prof, you guys are tough. So I want to say a couple of words about academic freedom. I think Caroline opened the rally very appropriately by reading from the college's statement. So I don't want to repeat the entire statement, but it is important that it is there. It is even more important that they adhere to it. Now, why is academic freedom important? It is a key value of an educational system as we understand it. And it is not the key value because we want to be free to say sort of silly and offensive and unpopular things, but it is part of it. We should be able to do so. It is a key value because when we teach, when we do research, whether we know it or not, we also teach by example. And it is important to be able to provide an example, an actual living, live example of critical thinking, rather than just talk about it. That is what academic freedom provides. Now, there's a lot of confusion about academic freedom. Sometimes people think, well, it's absolute, it's the freedom to do whatever. It is not absolute. It is balanced by other responsibilities, so that is important to understand. However, let me go back to the key point. We teach by example, and if we want the generations that we teach to be able to appreciate and put into practice the principle of critical thinking, of not being afraid to question received wisdom or what the powers that be would like us to believe, then we need to preserve that ability for all educators. Now, I speak from a privileged position of a university professor and a member of a union that is there to ensure through collective agreements that values such as academic freedom are respected by the employer. I believe that colleges, our colleagues who teach in colleges, should have the same freedom, and it should not be a privilege. So, with that said, I would like to repeat the calls that have already been made, that there needs to be an investigation into the circumstances of the dismissal of Rod Cumberland. I should speak also to the possibility of such an investigation, which this group is demanding, because it is also an important principle that needs to be preserved and protected, and that is the principle of due process. So, I will end with that, with a message of concern from AUMBT about due process and respect for academic freedom of our colleagues in the colleges.
Thanks very much. Trampling freedom, intimidation, we demand investigation. Trampling freedom, intimidation, we demand investigation. Trampling freedom, intimidation, we demand investigation. Trampling freedom, intimidation, we demand investigation.